Sairam devotees, welcome to Launch Park Sai Center's online Satsangh. Many of us are here today because we love ourselves enough to want to achieve our highest potential, to realize that we are God. Baba has given us one such method to help in this realization, and that is the below affirmation. I am God. I am God. I am no different from God. I am the eternal, undifferentiated Absolute. Grief and anxiety cannot affect me. I am always content. Fear cannot enter me. I am Satchitananda. I am pure existence, awareness, and bliss. I am omnipotent. I am all-powerful. Nothing is impossible for me. I am omniscient. I am all-knowing. There is nothing which is not known to me. I am omnipresent. I am present everywhere. I pervade this universe. I am Krishna. I am Buddha. I am Jesus. I am Sai. I am Sai. I am Sai. I am God. I am God. I am God. Before we begin our satsang, let us also set our intention for today's satsang and for life. I intend to realize that I am God, that we are all God. Let us now begin with our opening prayer.
Guru Pyo Namaha now introduce the Valika segment, Sairang. Janardana Nandalala Govinda Gopala Janardana Nandalala Govinda Gopala Janardana Nandalala Govinda Gopala Janardana
Why does the elephant not flee? Leon's grandfather treated him with a trip to the circus. Everyone loved the elephant act. When they returned home, Leon was curious.
There is one thing I did not understand, Grandpa. When the presentation was over, the mighty elephant was tied to a very tiny peg. How is that possible?
That's right, Leon. It keeps the elephant from running away, you know.
I know that. But how can a small peg hold a mighty animal from running away? Can't the elephant pull it out and run away? A simple jerk and the big fellow will be free, isn't it?
For sure, my son, but only if the elephant knew how strong it is. Leon, when the elephant was a very small baby, it was very, very firmly tied up to the peg. At that time, it tried to free itself again and again, but was still too small and weak in comparison to the wooden peg. Then one day, after much trying, the elephant just gave up. And even though it grew up, it thinks it is weak compared to the peg. Although it is now all grown up, it still does not flee because it is not aware of its new strength. So the weakness lies not in elephant's big body, but in its mind.
The moral of the story is, remember, many people are not aware of their true power and strength because once they fail to perform in a task, they never try again. Never give up even if you have failed in your first attempt. Why go through life like an elephant that doesn't know how mighty it is? Sairam.
Let us sit up straight for Jyoti meditation. Hands relaxed in the lap, with right palm on top of left palm, and thumbs lightly touching. Take a deep breath and breathe slowly and evenly. Now, close your eyes and visualize the flame of a lighted candle in front of you, and see how beautiful it is with its warm golden color. Bring the flame nearer and nearer to you, and feel it enter you through the center of your forehead, between your eyebrows. Let the flame descend to your heart, and imagine your heart as a beautiful lotus flower, pure and white. As the flame enters the heart, imagine the petals of the lotus open out one by one, bathing every single thought, feeling, and emotion in the light, and so removing darkness from them. Your heart is now filled with light, with love and peace. Then think, I am full of love and I am pure. Imagine the light in your heart growing wider, bigger, brighter, and radiating its rays down your arms all the way to your hands, filling both hands with light. Your hands are now filled with light and have become the instruments of light and love. Then think, let me do good things and serve all. Now, visualize the light in your heart spreading down the body, slowly along the legs to the feet, and filling both feet with light. Your feet are now filled with light. And think, let me walk only to good places where there is love and peace. And let me meet only with good people. Let the light spread from the heart up to your throat and surround the tongue and the mouth with light. Your mouth and tongue are now filled with light. Now think, let me speak softly and always tell the truth and say only what is necessary and useful. Slowly, the light extends upward to the ears and fills both ears with light. Now think, let me hear only good things. Now, extend the light and let it spread to the eyes, filling both eyes with light. Again, concentrate on the light and think, let me see good in all things. Now, visualize the light entering your forehead and filling the head with light, purifying the mind. Your head is now filled with light. Now think, wherever there is light, darkness cannot be present, and I will only have good thoughts. Imagine the light in you glowing more and more intensely. Let the light shine all around you. Now, visualize the divine form of Sri Satya Sai Baba and offer this light at his lotus feet. Now, extend this light and surround your loved ones, other members of your family, friends, and especially those who are unkind to you or who you perceive to be unkind to you. May they all be filled with light, with love, filled with peace. Let the light expand to the entire world so that all mankind, animals, and plants, and all living beings are filled with light. Let the whole universe be filled with light. Now imagine that there is only light and that you are the source of this light. The light is within you. You are one with the light.
Side on. Where has my happiness gone? Let us take stock of the current situation. As a spiritual aspirant, what has living through a pandemic meant for us thus far? We may categorize ourselves into two groups. The first being that where the time in which we live served as a boost to our spiritual practices. That is, we have seized the opportunities to pay attention to the changing world around us and dive deeper within. We have held up the mirror of the situation outside and adjusted the dial of what is inside. Maybe we have treated obstacles as opportunities, and we have taken this as a chance to strengthen our spiritual resolve. The other group may be such where the time in which we live and the obstacles that it has brought have been intensified. Often we have fallen victim to these obstacles, and maybe our spiritual equilibrium has been challenged. This message is a reminder as spiritual aspirants of what it takes to be in that first group, and an understanding of why we may find ourselves in the second group often. Routine as we know it no longer exists. Most of us know that people are at home, working, studying, or sometimes even without a task. This change to what we knew, for some of us, shook our spiritual foundation. Therefore, it begs some questions like, was this spiritual foundation solid? Or have we been building a house of straw? What was it about how we perceived routine that meant in its absence we seem lost or we seem lacking something? Is it that the work, the entertainment, or the interaction that made up routine brought us happiness? This might be likely because we find that in its absence, we ask ourselves, where has the happiness gone? We have gone on, though, to replace this routine with some semblance of a new one. Questionable food and eating habits, unchecked social media and television consumption, and maybe even seeking out more and more forms of virtual interaction are our new sources of joy. At times, if we're lucky, we may remember to sprinkle these activities with a helping of spiritual life through some music or some meditation or some service activity. But this is only when we are in the mood to do so. If we find ourselves in this position, The telltale signs or symptoms might be a muddled mind, the absence of peace or contentment, anxiety, sadness, or some other unfortunate expressions within us. For the individual who finds himself in this position, Swami reminds him of the nature of happiness. Through his words, Baba says, "Every man seeks to achieve happiness through some means or the other, and engages himself in ceaseless efforts for this purpose. But pure happiness eludes him because he does not know its real nature and where to find it. Bliss cannot be found in the phenomenal world or in the material objects like houses, wealth, and vehicles, or got from kith and kin. When the bliss that he is seeking is his own true nature, what is the use in seeking it elsewhere? True happiness consists in realizing one's reality." Undoubtedly, true happiness is the innate yearning that the man's heart extends in its arms in reach of. It is a thing that the heart yearns for. The aspirant who has found himself in this position, intellectually he understands that happiness cannot be found in the things or the people outside, but especially in the given circumstances of time, he finds that he continues to look there. If we are in this position, then it means consistency in our spiritual practice is required. Being in such a situation is not a mark against the individual. Rather, as a saint said, it is not how often you fall, but how quickly you get up each time. As we heard, Swami said, true happiness consists in realizing one's reality. Therefore, for the seeker, a reminder of one's reality must come. Baba reminds that mistaken attitudes are prevalent today. These mistaken attitudes stem from untapped or unchecked desires. Such desires get fueled by the mistaken identity with ahankara or egoism and abhimana or attachment. Swami goes on to explain, first of all, try to find the truth about yourself. Why bother about Brahman and Jagat when you do not know who you are? Find out whether you are real or not. You are real unto the moment of death. You need not go as far as that. Just consider what happens when you are fast asleep. In that state, are you real or unreal? You are not aware of your existence in sleep. In that state, are you real or unreal? You are not aware whether you are alive or dead. It is neither real nor unreal. When you know yourself and recognize that which you are, you will view the world as a myth. So, the sadhaka or the spiritual aspirant is now reminded of this truth. However, this reminder may not be enough to improve our consistency on the spiritual path, especially amid increasing obstacles around us. Here's where our alertness and awareness are to be improved. Alertness and awareness of what? The type of food we consume, the quantity and regularity of our consumption, the visuals which come to our eyes and into our minds from the media we consume, the speech we engage in, the actions we perform or that we do not perform, the service that we do or that we do not do, the devotion that we apply. All these, applied with renewed effort and sincerity, together contribute to a stronger resting place within us. A resting place for what? For that truth of who we are in reality. And this therefore slowly ebbs away at the folly of our actions, the folly in seeking happiness continually elsewhere. With the spirit of surrender, if we are the spiritual aspirant in this group where we fall, sometimes too many times than we would like, let us refresh and renew our resolve. Swami says to perform every act with a pure mind. Baba exemplifies this by quoting the prayer of a great devotee. O Lord, I am offering to you the heart which you have given to me. I cannot run to your shrine to offer worship. Please accept my prayerful offering from where I am. All that I have has come from you. There is nothing I can call my own. In this spirit of surrender, we continue along the path. Sarah.
May your love with sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring your joy to every soul that is alive. Samas Aloha Sukino Bhavantu Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy, be happy. Samas Aloha Sukino Bhavantu Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. May the love we're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring your joy to every soul that is alive. Samas Aloha Sukino Bhavantu Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy, be happy. Samas Aloha Sukino Bhavantu Bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. प्रेम से बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Sairam devotees, we have now come to the end of another beautiful online satsang. I thank you for joining with us as we help each other along our spiritual journeys back to Godhead. Until we meet again, I encourage you all to live in love. Make decisions based on love and allow your divine light to shine and inspire all those around you. Sairam.